welcome back everyone. Here we are through step 13 of the Beyond Library Max build. I think it may not be as complicated as I thought it was going to be. It's just going to be tedious with a bunch of books, it looks like. I'll fast forward through a bunch of those tonight for you. But, let's say, not much there. Got our little ship in the background, but there's not a whole lot done the first day, but we're going to get some excitement in tonight. If you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Just trying to have a good time and enjoy ourselves, and like I say, we're not doing anything important here. We're just building silly little models and then having fun. But without any further ado, let's jump in here onto step, 13? 14. Yeah. And I've actually got, this is one of those builds where it's like each step could be like half a step. They could consolidate a bunch of the steps into more cohesive units, but they're just, you know, one step is using this piece and one step is using these pieces. So I'm probably going to not call out the steps as I go along. I will keep it in the titles, but it's sort of I don't understand. Their steps are almost too simple for me anyway. But I got that out of the way, so take out our slot, one it down, and you go in. Okay, yep, and this place there where there's a spot for it. Yeah, makes perfect sense. Alright, now we take our tray here with the brown side up. It's okay, we got slot over here and a slot over here, and brown side up, wire on this end, and it's into the adjoining slots in here. It's nice and snug there. Shows back here, and I'm pretty sure that's where our battery's going to live. And that's officially 14. If I think about it, I will tell you. But now 15. And also on 15, yeah, 15 is this one. These two. This is supposed to be step A14. I used all the A14s over here. So this is the next one right next to it. And it sort of looks, it's got the right length and everything, so I'm hoping this is the right one to use. But it looks like it's going to be. But let's see here. And A8. And here sideways. This one's horizontal, or horizontal-ish, I guess. Tab to the back. And then this one goes in on that little, one of my books. A little slanted one in here. It's this one. I think it's, but actually, I think I'm going to do this one to our fronts first. Probably should have done this before I did the top one too, as a matter of fact. This goes into our tabs, into our little notches on here. Okay. And so yeah, so this one's going to be, I'm assuming this is supposed to just be flush with the front of that one, whichever. It looks like the long side goes to the front here, based on. I'm not sure about that. Looks awkward. That's sort of, I think that gap here is sort of... Let's flip it over and see how it looks the other way. Well, now these line up over here. So that must be right, because they gotta line up. It's gonna be in like that. Okay, I'm gonna roll with that. Because it does sort of seem to have these guys lined up. These tabs here. Okay. That was 15. Now 16. Okay, we're putting the back on here. Got tab there, tab there. Just here to here. Now this goes in. It says with the with the veneer facing in. Should be down. And then these guys plug in. Okay. I think that's right, because let's say if it was the other way, this would stick out at the back, and that wouldn't go on back here. So I think I do believe that's how it's supposed to be done. Okay. And that's all of 16. Now 17. Get to do a little bit of big business and a little bit of little business. Got 4 of these guys. I just sort of think they're supposed to be opened up books or something. They're just the cardstock ones. And then our big windows in the back. So they're going. Okay, so here into the acrylic. That effect going there. That tells us how tall the thing's going to be now. And these guys go on the, okay, can go under, on the under shelf here. So I'm going to try and find where I stowed my phone stand. There it is. Let's see. Under here, down, and I'm going to, let's see, first thing I'm going to do is do these guys. Let's say they go underneath through there. So a little bit of the old B7000 for this, I think. And my tweezers. A little more basically centered, I think. Should just be do a little drop there. There's do a bit of luck I can get these in before that glue runs off the back of the shelf. We'll swizz around, get really thinned out and spread out. Okay. I think this is going to work. Same thing over here. Drops on either side. Right. Now, I'll set these guys, try and get them a little more horizontal. About right there, I think. Set you aside. I don't know how many books I'm actually going to need, so I just broke one section of them out. I did go ahead and do the white just because the white marker was bigger and did it quicker. It sort of fades into a nice paperish color. But I'm not going to make you watch me do these all in real time. I'll do a couple of them tonight, right now, and then I'll move into high speed mode. As I just got one side I didn't color. Where it seems to be fairly hit or miss whether I get an overlap over here. See, that one lined up pretty much perfectly. I'll do a couple more, and then I'll, like I say, go into high speed mode. See how these go. That one lined up good too. Alright, one more, and then I'll say, kick it on up. Yeah, see, that one got a little bit off on there. Doesn't show that much, but okay. Okay, now let's see. I'll throw some kind of sound effect behind it and do the rest of this batch, and we'll go from there. Okay, there we go. That's I don't think we'll need that many books for what we got going on tonight, but maybe we will. Who knows? I guess the people who designed the thing know, but I don't. So that was just one section of our the ones from on our forum. It had like 3 or 4 sections of books. So I just grabbed one section out of it. And let me get instruction. It was, by the way, oh, I'm too close. That's the problem. It was that many books total, including the 2 we did yesterday. Right, let's see here. Instructions go. Okay, here we are. Right. So got these set up in the right weird ways. Looks like on this shelf, I think we're allowed to do it however we want to. They've got it going in the picture. It looks like they got 3 facing forward like that, and 3 standing up like you normally see them. I guess maybe it's 4 standing. And then another stack next to it. More. Yeah, that's a pretty close approximation of the picture they made. Let's see if I got. I like that. That was going to be visible. So that cover is. So I want to make sure I don't have something good to show there for our cover. That one. It looks like it's going to be about as well. Actually, this one I think this is a little brighter, so I'll do it instead. Okay. That's it. Let's go make my stacks first, I think. There's 3. Just you guys here. Oh, that's from yesterday. I painted a different color. Is that 3? 3 standing up? Is it 4? I guess it would depend on what fits on the shelf, so I should look at. Maybe I should go ahead and drop them in. Yeah, I think it's 3. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that one's. This is supposed to go over here. In that general area, so let's just drop that stack in there. And then the other ones stand up on this side, so I think I've decided it's 5 of them, so let's get them faced off and ready to go. I know. I think try and get all different colors, so because this is going to be standing up. Yeah. Okay. Out of my way. Stack like that. It's supposed to go over on this side. Stuck to me. Okay, there. So I'll just both the middle ones as they'll fit. Seems like the easy way to do it. Get an angle in here to get some glue in, just all the way side to side. Start popping those guys in. It's going to take 4 of them, so that's trying to. Okay. Yeah, that suits me. I think that's a fair representation of what they were asking for. Now, I wish this one had a back, because that made it a whole lot easier than I think this is going to be. But let's actually set it down. I'll do the top one first. I think it's sort of a similar vibe. Let's see. Yeah, basically it's just a mirror image of that one, so it's okay. So 4, 4, and 5, it looks like. 5, 4, and 4. Okay. Find me something to use as a... Okay, I can use this as a straight edge right there. Sort of keep them aligned. So let's do a stack of 5 right off the bat. A green one and a white one. This has got a pretty interesting, I don't know if it's going to be exposed in the end, but I'm going to put this one up here because it's got a cool picture on it. Or at least have a picture on it. Just right there. That exploding back pressure on the nozzle yet again. And clean that off. A little better. There. And then down the other side, so it's that 4 facing forward. So that's got a nice decorative cover on it. So that'll be a good front one for us. Some of the plain ones to fill in that we'll never see again. Okay, there's one just blank on both sides. That's a good. There we go. One more of those. More plain old. It's got a little design on it, but it's pretty blank. Okay. I want you on the front top. So bindings facing. Alright. And then this one will be like that. I don't guess it matters if it's flushed against the back, to be honest, as long as it's not overlapping there. I don't think it is. Yeah. Now for the middle guys, let's get some contrasting colors, I hope. A nice dark one, or maybe. Yeah. Okay. Actually, just occurred to me I should probably swirl them around a little bit individually so get the glue good and distributed. And Lob across there. I put them in individually over there, didn't I? Just remember that. It's still pop you in. Alright. Of course I can't lean it over to show you that one, but there we go. Now, what's am I doing? Okay, we got to do one on the bottom shelf too. So there's 2 more shelves to do over here, so I actually may not have got enough books. Let's see here. Doing still the same routine. Actually, it says on this, in their picture, it says just straight across, filling it up. So, let's see. Yeah. I don't have enough books, I'll just make some more tonight and install them in tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna. Yeah. So much for that plan. Okay. Try that again. Sort of stand up, I can sort of gauge from a... Yeah, I'm definitely not going to have enough books. Not 2 more, I think. Actually... Yeah, let's do that. That looks about right. And I think so. Let's just stand them all up. Sort of may want to be sort of loosey-goosey, so I'm gonna just run a bead along the bottom, all the way across there. And try just pop them in one at a time. See how that works. Yes, I don't want them to be super tight, I don't think. I think I just sort of want them in place. Do a little bit of leaning. Get into the glue. And I'll put whatever I have left after I do this on the bottom shelf, and we'll sort of go from there. Have some leaning the other way, maybe. So lean. Let's see if I get one just to stand up straight right in the middle. So I got a good glop of glue for that. And then crowd back here. Hitting a couple of them, but they're not. Yeah. Okay. that suits me. I say it's, no, I need at least one more. It's sort of, they moved around on me some when I wasn't looking. In there. Okay. These guys. Okay. I think that suits me. Yeah, good. In a few minutes I'll show you. Let's say we got one more shelf down here on the bottom. And it's okay, and it's got like a little recess over there. It's sort of something in the way there. So I'm just going to start on this end and line them up. And I think I will try and make this one tight. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue these together because I'm not wanting them to be nice and flush, I hope. Yeah, you're not cooperating with me. Okay, I think I did. Okay, so get my bindings. Evidently I got glue on my fingers. Bindings faced here. I'm gonna okay, so I'm gonna do those. Let's say get them all nice and snug. Feed down here for them. And hopefully move them in. Yeah. So this is going to be the shelf that's super organized because down the bottom and nobody ever looks at it. Okay. That. Let's say I'll show you all this in a few minutes when I can tilt it, but I think that's, yeah, it looks pretty good. I think. Yeah, I might be a little bit partial, but I'll set that up there. We'll let that glue get nice and sticky, and then we get to start on a dinosaur. Yay! Let's see. My goal is to get this guy built and mounted up and be the final step today. So we start with our spine and everything. I just sort of hit it with the white. I didn't really try and color it all in. I figured there'd be enough distraction going around on it. So actually got something, I think it's glue. Finger here, trying to get it come off. It's not cooperating. Maybe it's again. Okay. Oh, and these are, I think these gotta be, yeah, these got peels on too. Obviously I realized the dinosaur was gonna be small, but I didn't think I realized it was gonna be this small. So. Alright. Now, let's go underneath. Doesn't look like it's going in far enough. Ah, there it went. I read. And you down on the top. And lower jaw bones looks like go in. Top of the skull. Doesn't want to cooperate. Guess I should bring it tighter for this. It's small details. Well, just say that. Really brought it together, made it look like the real thing. Not really the real thing, but more like the real thing than it was. Alright. Now, and it says glue, but those seem to be sticking pretty good, so I'm not gonna. I'm satisfied with that. And that was 19, 20, and 21. And these, the ribs, I didn't even take them off the form because I wanted to make sure I could find the right number when it came down to it. So we'll start off with 22. These are not exactly easy to get off the form either. Sort of sticky. Okay, both sides had peels, so that's odd for something like this, but I'm not going back and peeling off those previous ones. Go very top bit here. And 23. Lost my grip on it and it went away. Okay. Okay. 24 and 25. Then we'll move on to the bigger stuff pretty quick after that. So that's. I am looking forward to that. a split fingernail there. Knock that off. All right. They did include an extra spine, so that's got me concerned that that might break a lot. So I'm trying to be extra careful with it. Let's see now. 13's our first like actual ribs. Cooperate. I thought this would be easier. Okay, there it went. And officially that ends 22, but 23 is just adding more ribs. 14, 15, and 16, so... I hope this is worth it. When all this all said and done. Seems like a mighty tedious way to build a dinosaur. Okay, that one's very cooperative. Okay. I may have just figured out how to actually get these things off without struggling. So, see if it works twice in a row. Pop it in. Get all the way. It clicks. All the way the other way. Yep, and it pops right out. Okay. Takes away the stress of that, having to tug on the thing to, because it doesn't feel good to ever manhandle something like this. Delicate. Let's see, that was 23, now 24 is 17 through 20. Not sure. Okay, I guess it is all the way in. That one didn't work. There it went. Yeah, one of them went. I wasn't planning on this one being this long. I guess I was optimistic about how much trouble this would be. Alright, one more rib. And we're finding these little liner things all over the place for weeks now. Okay, rib cage done. Now get on down the spine. It looks like so. 21. Some more pieces here. Oh. V2, V3, and V4. That's it, 2, 3, and 4. Probably not the spine, but it's some kind of skeletal structure. Doesn't want to come off. What's on here? I know it's going to look good, but I'm really starting to wish this thing was made out of wood. There's 2 more to go now. That's looking better. I don't think so. Finally. Okay. I think that's the worst of it. Now these guys, this guy, and with the texture on the towards the head. So. Okay. I did throw a little bit of paint on that one. I thought it was going to absorb in better than that, but oh well. Now, V8. On either side of that. I guess that's its hip bones. like that. Put bones in place. Now, got arms. So 26 on this side, 27 on that side. So 26. This side. Got that tab on that rib right there. It's supposed to somehow. Okay, I think that's going to require glue. That's not. It's really loose. Okay. It doesn't say anything about glue, but it's not going to hold on if it doesn't have it. Okay, so on that way, so just a dab right around there. All out of focus, but it's on there. There. I guess while I'm here, I'll pop a leg in. Let's see, that's you. So, which one goes where? They're not the same. Yeah, the one more crooked one. No. There we go, like that. Onto this little hip joint. This doesn't feel good. There it goes. Fought me all the way. Okay. I guess while I'm doing it, I'll go ahead and do this one. Wiggling and jiggling and eventually. In there. Alright. Now, like all we got left is 27. The other arm. I think those books have had plenty of time to get dried, so I will be able to show you them anyway. Okay, I'm gonna go on that side, so if I just dab glue sort of smeared around the shoulder there. Whatever T-Rex's head. And to that side. Alright. And that completes our T-Rex. So, you're empty. This guy back over here. And he is supposed to go on top of our little acrylic bit here. And actually, I skipped a step. I forgot. I was supposed to hang up some curtains. Okay, so I'll give him a minute to dry. stand up, maybe. Somewhere, find something to lean you against. Okay. Alright, we got curtains go in our window here. I think support is supposed to. Let's these guys out. Looks like I think they're supposed to go up the seam between the windows. So let's see how that works. So I think I'm gonna pull it out there. So, go all the way up the top, about halfway. Ease you down. I got that going. We'll find. Hopefully this will work, and it'll work. You can just transfer over. Okay, that's not gonna. Okay, together. Yeah, I think that works. That worked good. Okay, so same thing. Let's see. Whoop, not a frame. I think it's about halfway on there. Down. And actually, while we're at it, get this thing out. I'm really tempting fate with this one. She lined up. And actually, we're supposed to go across the top with this one. It's just supposed to underneath our notches there. So. Like so. Okay. Easy as all into your two slots. Come on. Work with me. Okay. And that came together. I'm a little surprised, but relieved. I'll take it. Pleasantly surprised. Okay, now back over to T-Rex. Okay, so he's supposed to go in to those two holes. Line up. They do. All right. And we got our little guardrail assembly goes around him. Yeah, I can see the peel on it. Just got to get it to come off. Maybe not. Only on one side on this one. Okay. I just want to confuse me with these peels. Okay, you go into these little guys. Are perforated. Bend on them so we can hopefully maneuver them into place. Sexy Rexy off. Alright. Got his guardrail around him, or her guardrail. There's our books I was telling you about. Like I said, plenty of time to. I'm gonna say I'll make some more books, and like I said, I'm gonna make this one nice and solid through there. But there's that shelf I was talking about where we can't. They gotta be facing forward in front of that. But otherwise, I'm gonna make them nice and snug through there. Got the leaners there. Yeah, it's really coming together. Now, a lot of work for a little progress, but I like it. Gone on, like I said, gone on far longer than I meant to. So. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another. Stay safe.
And I'll see you next time.